Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. Today's sewing tutorial is how to cut and sew a tube top with deep V neckline or plunging neckline. If that's what you're looking for, then continue watching till the end to see how I made this. Now this particular tutorial is a continuation of the tutorial I made the last time. I drafted the back pattern and the basic bodice block for this. So if you have not watched it, make sure you watch it before you continue with this. I'll drop the link in the description section, and I will also drop it in my playlist, DIY corset playlist. So just make sure you watch that so that you'll be able to follow up. Especially if you're a beginner, you need to watch that. If you're not a beginner, you might follow up with this tutorial, but if you're a beginner wanting to learn how to make bustiers and corsets, you need to start from the first video. Now let's continue with this. I want to use this opportunity to thank all my returning subscribers. I appreciate a whole lot. We are hitting, in fact, we've hit 20,000 subscribers, guys. Oh my word. Thank you for your support. Guys, how do you guys feel when you finish making your pattern and the cup is all glammed up like this? I'm loving this corset. This tube top. It's not a corset, though, it's a tube top in case. Okay, so let's continue. So guys, see what I was telling you guys. This is making of the basic bodice block. So after making this basic block, I went ahead and drafted the back pattern. So if you don't know how to draft the basic block and the back pattern, it means this front will not make meaning. Make sure you watch that video. So this is it for the back. We are going to go over to the front. So working on the front, the first thing we have to do is to come down to get the bust point. So from this armhole line, I'm going to come down 1 inch to get the bust point. So this would be the bust point here. This is the points that you will never cross when you're making your the curve of the cup. The next thing I will do before I go to contouring the waistline, I'm going to draw the circumference of the cup. So the circumference of the bust cup is 3.75. I'm going to make sure from here I'll place my compass here. And I'm going to make sure this compass is 3.75. So from here to here, the bust cup is 3.5. So I'm going to make sure this measures 3.5 and this is 3.5 here. So I'm going to take this round like this. To get the radius, all you need to do is from here to here, whatever it is, just put your compass here, measure it here, whatever it is, and you take it all the way around. So that's what I just did and made it all the way around. Now I have this. Remember that this is the under bust line and this is the waistline. So we are going to be contouring for that on the waistline. Now next, again on the waistline at the back, I'm going to come in 3.5 cm. Remember at the back we did it 2.5. Here I'm going to come in 2 cm and I'm going to draw this line. First of all, I'm going to take away the normal dart for the front and then we'll go over to the main contouring proper. So I'm going to make this place 2 point. So guys, I've already finished doing this when I noticed that my camera is not recording anymore. So I just want to hold this like this and make sure it's recording to show you guys before this is just frustrating. Okay guys, so what I did was okay, it started from the waistline self. So what I did was, first of all, I made a dart of 4.5 cm and I connected it to the bust point. After connecting it to the bust point, then I went to making the contouring itself. So I went ahead and made on the Under bust, I made 2 cm. Can you see? This is 2 cm, and I made 2 cm on this side again. And then I came to the waistline and made 1 cm, also on this side 1 cm, and I connected this line. I used my curve ruler to connect this like this, and also turn this way to also connect this like this. And then I connected this one and also went down to the hemline like this. Can you guys see? Sometimes these phones can fuck us up. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the, I'm going to make a cinched waistline on this side again. So I'm going to make a dart here again, and you know, that will be it. So I hope when I drop this phone, this camera will not go off. So I'm going to make another dart here. So before I continue, let me cut out this side, all these places first of all, and we'll continue. So first thing we'll have to do before I go over to the lower part, first I'm going to get the midpoint of this shoulder. What I have here is 5.2, so I'm going to do 2 point here. This is here, so this is the midpoint of the shoulder. I'm going to connect it to this place. I'm connecting it to the bust point, which is here. On this place, I'm going to come in 2.5, so 2.5 cm here. On this side, I'm going to go in with 2 cm like this, and I'm going to connect this line to this line. Remember, this is a tube top, that's why this dart is this wide, meaning is a strapless top. Next, we're going to mark the neckline of the bustier. So you decide, this is now the time to decide how you want the neckline to be. If you want this shoulder to drop down, so for me, I'm going to come down 6.5 cm. I'm going to come down 6.5 inches here. Here I'm going to come down 1 inch. Because this is a plunging neckline, I want to come down lower to 3 inches from there. So we will make a neckline, we will make the curve for it there. So for me to do this, I'm going to actually cut this place open. I'm going to cut this place open and close this. I'll go ahead and draw the deep V neckline. Just watch the way I'm drawing this neckline so that it will relax properly. So now that I'm done drawing it, I'll just put my pattern back. I'll just make sure I tape it back. It's just for me to through my pattern properly. That's why I did that. These places I'm not going to use them anymore because they're strapless or tube top, so all those places are going off. I'll go ahead and make another dart here, 2 cm. Guys, just go ahead and do the same thing I did on the back. This video is too long, my phone is always going off, so I'm going to make another dart here, and it's going to be 2 cm. So this is it after making the 2 cm dart here. So we are done with the front bodies and the back bodies. Guys, this video is extremely too long, so I'll just go ahead and quickly show you guys how to cut and sew this. So you know, a lot of people have issues with sewing deep V neckline, so let's sew this in a bit. Yes, so this is my pattern after cutting it. I've added sewing allowances all around, as you can see. I made this a basque waistline. Guys, I forgot to, do that in the pattern drafting. My phone was acting up. So after cutting this, can you see all the allowances I've added? We'll go ahead and join it. After joining it, this is it. This is just the main fabric. Can you see this? How this is standing like an eagle? Okay, so after doing this, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the back, to the lining. But first of all, let me show you guys the back. I didn't add anything to this. It's just, can you see, it's just the hemming hairstay that I have added to it. So after turning it, this is how it looks. Can you see? So the next thing I will do is to put the lining. This is a lining. What I have here, this is where the tips comes in. The lining has a sewing allowance at the center front, so I'll go ahead and place the lining on the main fabric and I'm going to sew it. I use the same fabric to make the lining, so do the same thing on the both side. So this is it after sewing it. Can you see I stopped here where the sewing allowance stopped in front? Can you see where I stopped? I'll show you the other side, the back side, so that you understand what I did. So you can visibly see what I did. I made sure I ran thread in front there so that you see where the V neckline stops. So I went ahead and sewed the two sides. So I'm going to go ahead and notch this place. Make sure you notch it because it's a deep V neckline, so it will relax. I'll go ahead and now close the front seam. And finally, this is how it looks, guys. How this thing is looking like an eagle. Okay, guys, this is the end of this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, consider joining this community. Here we try our best to teach you the right way. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.